Okay guys, I've got a real treat for you today. On the subject of sleep, we're going to be speaking with an expert in the field. The expert that I'm going to be interviewing is Dr. Richard Swinbourne, or Dr. Ricco. He's a New Zealand trained dietitian who qualified through the University of Otago. He also completed his sports dietitian course with Sport Dietitians Australia. Ricco works with the New Zealand Rugby Union as their high performance nutritionist in the national teams between 2007 to 2014, and this included service delivery with the All Blacks teams.
Hi folks, my name is Dr. Ricco Swinbourne, team lead of the sport nutrition team at the Singapore Sport Institute and sleep scientist holding a PhD in the area of sleep for athletic performance and recovery.
Okay, so my first question is, what exactly got you interested in the science of sleep initially?
That's a great question actually. How did I get interested in sleep science in the first place? I think it was about 2010, and I was practicing as a dietitian in the community, working with both patients and athletes, and I was having to send a lot of patients off for overnight sleep studies, people that were overweight telling me they weren't sleeping very well, and I was needing to send them off to evaluate whether they had sleep disorder breathing or not. And I just had this eureka moment, and I thought, you know what, I wonder if sleep's actually important for my athletes too. So I had a little look online in the literature, and there was just a complete paucity of any literature pertaining to athletes and sleep. And I thought, wow, this is really strange. Must be quite a new area. And so I approached the All Blacks back in New Zealand, and now Professor Nick Gill answered my query. Subsequently, he went on and supervised my PhD, fortunately for me. But I'd still remember his reaction, literally leaping off the screen saying, oh my gosh, that is a very, very important question for us within the All Blacks, for athletes, for coaches, for trainers, for scientists. We have to dig into this. And so before I knew it, I had a couple of scholarships to investigate sleep in athletes, and as they say, the rest is history.
So you have worked with and continue to work with top international elite level athletes. How much would you say sleep plays a part in their performance? And can this be carried over to regular everyday people, so office workers, for example?
Yeah, I've been working with high performance athletes for a long time now. First as a sport dietitian, and then over the last 10 years or so as a sleep scientist. And without a doubt, without a question, 100% sleep is critical for athletes to optimize their performance, to optimize their post-exercise recovery. If we look at the effects of sleep on brain function, on alertness, on concentration, on reaction times, on mood, on emotional control, on focus, on learning, there's a huge component to sleep dedicated to learning actually, and not only memory, but actually practicing what we learn and enabling us to be better at what we've practiced before sleep after we wake up. It's really quite amazing. And also obviously all the physical benefits. During deep sleep we undergo physical remodeling and repair, muscle protein synthesis. Our bones grow while we sleep, and only while we sleep actually. Of course what controls our muscles is our nervous system, and that just gets a complete recharge and reboot as well while we sleep. And all of these principles actually apply to people trying to perform in the corporate world as well. If we think about corporates sitting around the boardroom, and when I talk to them as corporate athletes, and then when I'm talking to people in, say, the oil and gas industry, I'm talking to them as industrial athletes. Because whilst the arena of their performance is different to a sporting athlete, they're still expected to perform, and oftentimes perform under pressure, and to perform under a given load and a given intensity of work And that takes a toll on us, doesn't it? And so everybody, be it the CEO, the CFO, the corporate worker, or the guy on a platform drilling a hole in the ocean in oil and gas, they need to go through a period of recovery as well, so that they can back up and then perform at their best again. If they don't have these periods of recovery, then eventually they'll just get ground down, and they'll become sick, they'll become unwell, something will break, certainly their performance will suffer. So what we practice and preach to athletic people also very much applies to the corporate world.